Now let me introduce you to our next speaker, Viresh Rustagi. Viresh is the Senior Vice President of Product Software Engineering at Peloton, a global leader in connected health and fitness. Viresh began his technology studies at BHU in India before his MS from Florida State University. He's also MBA from Santa Clara University. He currently holds more than 10 patents. During his journey of 25 years of experience, he worked for Facebook, Google, and Amazon prior to Peloton. As his colleagues say, Viresh is no stranger to scaling strong, empowered teams who ship extraordinary products and features to push the bounds of innovation, quality, and speed. With a deep understanding of software technology stacks, right from embedded systems to cloud software powering advanced logic and multimedia experiences, he brings a practical know-how to the company's vertically integrated business. So let's gear up to hear his views on using innovation to improve health and fitness. Over to you, Viresh.
Thanks, Avi, and good morning, everybody, for taking time off your Saturday morning or evening, depending on where you are, and joining me on my talk. So let me start sharing my screen, I guess, first. I'm going to talk about how Peloton is using technology in the fitness space. If I can find this. Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Most of you are probably already familiar with what Peloton is. But for those who are not familiar, I will give a brief background. So can you see my screen now? Good. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll jump into the main topic, which is how we use technology and innovation to improve fitness. So let's get started. In mid 2000s, there was a lot of advancement in wearables and fitness trackers. But the at-home fitness equipment was pretty stagnant, right? You have ellipticals, you have bikes, you have treads, but like it didn't give you the same motivation to work out, right? So this is when, at the same time, companies like SoulCycle started in 2006, which is boutique studios where you could go and work out with an instructor, with a small group, really motivate each other, right? So John Foley, our founder, realized, the schedules are getting harder and it's difficult to find time when the classes are to go to the gym, go to these boutique studios and work out. So how can we combine the convenience of at-home equipment and these fitness studios? So that's how Peloton was born. So we have we've grown from 0 to 4.4 million users now, our members, who are very, very connected. We have to change how fitness is experienced at home, right? I mean, Peloton is the brand for at-home connected fitness equipment. People like to work out on Peloton, right? They're motivated by our leaderboard, they're motivated by our equipment, which is very immersive, and people are motivated by our instructors. We have fully vertically integrated stack. We have hardware, we have software, and we have content. So we are not just a product company, we are also basically a content company, right? Just like Netflix and stuff. And over the years, we have been adding more and more fitness discipline. This is not just about biking and running. You can do boot camps, you can do strength, you can do cardio, and we recently added Pilates and bar, which is not even listed here, right? So we keep adding more and more fitness disciplines. So now with a brief introduction, let's jump into how we are using technology in the fitness space. So I'm going to start with hardware innovation. So we just recently launched Bike Plus last fall. So Bike Plus is our higher-end bike, and we introduced two very innovative features. The first one is called auto follow, and the second one is rotating screen. So we want our members to be fully immersed in the content and in the workout and not have any distractions. So how do we keep making our products more and more immersive than it already is? Right? It's a challenge. And the team took on the challenge and see what they can do. So there are two main components when you're biking, right? When you're spinning, basically. So there is resistance, which is simulating whether you are going up the road or you're going downhill or flat, right? So the red button that you see here, that's what you control. So you turn right, you increase resistance, you turn left, you decrease resistance. And then there's space, how fast you do it. And that's how we compute output. It's like how much power are you using during your workout. So we have instructors who are telling you now in this section of the exercise where resistance should be between 50 and 60, it's a percent 100, 0 to 100. And your pace should be, 70 to 90, let's say, right? And so people have to listen to the cues, they have to adjust the resistance, right? So there is slight distraction. So can we make it even more immersive and not worry about these things? So first step we had to do is convert those audio cues into text and show you graphically on the screen what the ranges are. So you don't have to, if you miss something, still know what's going on. And then we show you where you are in the range of the resistance and the range for the pace. The second step we did is we made the resistance state automatic, right? So instead of making it being mechanical, this was like digitized and made it automated. So if you hit the lock button, we will automatically keep moving you in the range of resistance. So this is like simulating when you are going on a hill, right? You're like automatically have to pedal harder because now you're in the steeper part of the hill, and then you're going downhill. You don't have to pedal. So we are simulating the same environment at your home, right? You don't have to worry about it. Another thing was modality. So our members said they want a class which combines cardio with strength, with flexibility, right? So they want a class which has everything, like a boot camp. So how can we enable that with our products? So we designed this almost 24-inch screen, which can rotate 180 degree to the left and 180 degree to the right, so that wherever you place the screen or this bike in your house, you can rotate the screen and do floor workouts. And we then created a partner with our content team to create these boot camps, bike boot camps we call it, that you can start on the bike, then you can rotate the screen, go on the floor and do strength exercise, right? So with one equipment, you can do all of those things, and we can support all these modalities. Small things, but I think it goes a long way in meeting what our members want, right? And provide a complete full body workout. So let's move on to software now. So we recently had our homecoming launch. Homecoming is when all the Peloton members used to go back to New York and listen to what's happening. So obviously this year people could not come to New York, but we still hosted this event virtually, just like we are doing it here. So one of the features that I'm really proud about is we launched dynamic Scenic workout. So this is an alternative way of working out. So you're not on leaderboard, you're not competing with others, but you're going through a nice scenery. A lot of people like this kind of workout, right? Because different people have different motivation. And we introduced like distance-based content that has a responsive video. So if you go fast, the video moves faster. If you go slow, the video moves slow, right? So just like if you are biking through a road, right? Typical scenic content will just play at the same pace whether you're going slow or fast. It doesn't give you that feeling. Now we have made it a lot more immersive. Whether you're running or you're biking, you're getting that feeling that you're actually there, fully immersed in that scene. Yeah. Another thing we did is when you have this video that can move at different speeds, you have to, audio has to be done differently. So we split audio and video channels. And it also gave us the capability of changing the audio independently of the video, because if you want to do the same scene multiple times, you want the content to be fresh, right? So we can change the music so you feel like you're doing a different day with a different music, a different workout, right? So members loved it. We just launched it last week on April 30th. So as you can imagine, there are a lot of challenges with implementing something like this, right? So we had to figure out, what speed the content should be shot so that, we can fast forward, we can rewind. We had to come up with these parameters. We worked with our content team to shoot these content, right? And then we had to do very, very extensive developer testing and user testing. Did my camera shut off? Or that's fine. To ensure that this works over a wide range of running or biking patterns. The team spent like more than 6 months after the initial algorithm was developed to the time when we had a large content base, and we launched it on April 30th to our user base. Another feature that we just launched at Homecoming is stripe scoring. So we started with our bikes, right? Then we added treads, and both of these have outputs, and you can measure how you did by using this output. On the bike, it's resistance times pace, and on treadmill, it's the incline and the speed that determines what is your output that you're burning. As we add more fitness modalities, we don't have output, right? Like you're doing that is coming out of connected fitness equipment. So we had to come up with a new score so that you can get credit across all your workouts, whether that's on our bike or tread or on floor. So we came up with a non-competitive metric called stripe score. So this is based on heart rate zones. So as you might be familiar with, you have like 5 heart rate zones, and depending on how much time you're spending in each zone, we compute a score. This is non-competitive because you're not comparing your heart rate score with somebody else's. What you're doing is, like, if I produce this output, how much effort did I spend? Check that. So now all our members can see their stripe score and get credit for all the workout that they do on Peloton, whether it's on our equipment or it's off the equipment. Peloton started as a small member base, but now we have a very large member base, right? And people know each other. So one of the benefits of studios is people can work out together and they feel like, a small, intimate group. So we wanted to bring this experience to Peloton, right? How do we do this? So we created 2 experiences called sessions and scheduling. Session is basically allows you to start any on-demand workout, which is in our library, as a small intimate session. And it starts every 5 minutes. You join, and on Leaderboard, you only see people who are there. Instead of, like anybody who has ever taken that class. So it makes it more intimate. It makes it, more fun. And you're competing with maybe 10 people, 12 people, and see how you're doing, right? The second thing is you want to schedule, because not only, like, how do I make sure when I'm available, like Sandeep is available or Abhi is available, right? So I can create a session, and then I can put it on my schedule, and then I can text them. So this is the one I'm doing, and they can accept, and we can all go together and do this session. Like, this is like, people just love it, right? So using technology in connecting people in the space of fitness. Another example of that. So now let's talk about how do we make our content available to everybody. So Peloton is a member-first company, right? That's one of our core values. So we also understand, members have different ambitions and different abilities. So we want to make sure fitness is available to everybody. To that end, we added 2 innovative features. I mean, they are available in all the mobile phones, but we brought this to fitness. So the first one is subtitles. So you can we made subtitles available to all our content, which we recorded since November 2018. So if you're not able to hear things, you can read subtitles. Then we did talkback, right? So people who can't read, they can listen to what the screen is. So this is another way of how we are using technology to make fitness available to everybody with different abilities, with different goals. So another common feature that all tech companies have is device management. We are adding a lot of features at a very, very fast pace. We use all the common practices like CI/CD. getting releases out behind toggles, feature toggles, right? So how do we roll out all these features across all the platforms we have? It's not only bike and tread, right? We also have digital platforms. So we are available on Android, we are available on iOS, we are available on Apple TV, we are available on Google TV, Fire, Roku, like everything in different languages across different countries. So how do we keep rolling out these features at a very, very fast pace, but in a controlled fashion? So device management allows us to do that. It allows us to target any release to any set of users, and then we can toggle different features on or off to a particular audience. So we can roll out a new feature to, let's say, 5% of the audience, see how they respond. And if everything looks good, then we just keep rolling out, right? So pretty standard practices, but we're bringing this to fitness and, allow us to innovate faster and faster, get user feedback faster and faster. We use standard MQTT, PubSub model, our message protocol for that. I mean, this is all pretty standard. Another place where we innovated is how do we make software development faster using the tools we have? Our bikes and treads are pretty big. So it's not like, when you're working on a phone or a tablet, you can have multiple of those on your desk. You can't do that with bikes and treads, right? So what we did is we created custom hardware and software that can simulate the environment of a bike and tread. So it can basically simulate your resistance, it can simulate your pace, right? All the inputs and outputs with a very small device. So now, especially when people are working from home, where you need access to these devices, we can use simulators. And we have not only developed this for developers' purpose, we also use this for our CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment. So every time we generate a build, we run it on our simulators, get feedback very, very quickly. We can also use this when the hardware is not available. Before we have a full hardware available, we can work along with the hardware team, have simulators ready at the same time, so we can keep software development going before the hardware is available. Leaderboard. So if you have a Peloton bike or tread, you understand the leaderboard. So leaderboard allows you to see where you stand compared to like anybody who has ever taken a class, like at any instance. So when we were small, I think things were pretty well. You have some number of users and then see how they do in this class at every instance. So we could record the whole thing. But as your user base grows, this becomes very complicated, right? It's a complexity is order of n squared for people who are technical. So you can't record or you can't store like every single output point for every single user, right? It's just not scalable. So I think the key insight there was we can represent the output graph by just storing a few points, right? And then we can compute the rest of the points based on that. So this allowed us to save like 95% data. Yeah, this allowed us to save 95% of the data, and we can represent the whole graph at 5% by using custom algorithm. Cool. Scale. Until 2019, we have seen 100% growth. Like we have been doubling like every year. And then in 2020, I mean, things took like even much more than 100%. We used to have 500,000 workouts every day. Now we are doing 1 million workouts every day on our platform. This is huge, right? We used to like 20,000 to 30,000 members in classes every day, right? So this is, just imagine you're maintaining the leaderboard, you're providing that feedback like on a continuous basis. It's a pretty decent scale. So we had to go optimize our software across the stack, right? Whether it's pre-class, post-class, in-class is the leaderboard that I just talked about, right? Making sure they work. And we do a lot of load tests. We do like 100K live, we do like 60K on demand, right? Making sure we can support if our members want to take a workout together. And we do this like continuously, all right? Just and finding bottlenecks as we add more features, make sure they can scale at that level. And all the optimizations, really help us in TiEcon. TiEcon is our yearly ride that is done by Robin and generally one more instructor, and everybody comes together and does it, right? So last year we had about 27,000 people. This year we knew our number is going to be higher, so we did 2 classes. We split. Over these 2 classes, we had 90,000 people joining the live class. I mean, these numbers are pretty staggering, right? And just supporting that scale, and it went like without an incident, which is what you want. All right. There were people on call, but nobody was disturbed. Like the software worked as expected, the systems worked as expected. So very proud of what the team did there. So, as in the end, what I wanted to say is we have a lot more things in the pipeline. I've only shared what we have already released in public. There are a lot more things that we are working on. We have new hardware, we have new software experiences, we are going to new geographies, and there's a lot of innovation happening. But I can't talk about all of these right now, but you will see this on coming months, coming years. We have a lot cooking. And if you want to join this technology and innovative team, we are hiring. We have a team in New York, we have a team in Santa Clara, and we have a team in Taipei. And we are growing every day. Please reach out. Thanks, Abhi. I think that's all I had for today.
Thank you, Viresh, for these insights into how innovation at Peloton has enabled thousands to stay fit. We look forward to more exciting developments from your great organization.